Hi guys, it's me Jen, and I had a request to create a video about how to draw clothes on these figures from the Easy Poser app. So I just got a girl in a basic pose. I felt like this was an easy pose for us to play with, and you can have them wear actual costumes, you can have them wear like little underwear and stuff, but I thought for the simplicity of this video it would just be better to have them basic. So there you go. So what I like to do is I like to create, I have this girl is one layer, then I'm going to create another layer. Now any drawing software, whether it's Photoshop or Sketchbook, or I'm using Manga Studio, any of those are going to be able to give you layers. Once you have your layer set up, then you just draw. And of course we don't want to just draw the clothing, because when we remove the mannequin, then we'll just have clothing. So you do have to draw their faces and stuff. I'm not be perfect about this, because I'm not trying to make this into actual art, but just, draw the mannequin however you want to. I usually start with the head and shoulders. I always do the face and the hair later on separate layers. But once you get that outline, then you can kind of figure out what you want to make this girl. So let's say we want to put her in just a cute evening gown or cocktail dress. So then you just draw the dress on her. Make sure to mind for any crinkles that would be in the fabric naturally. And then we just let the dress cascade down like this. So this is one example of a dress. I mean, I'm drawing very, this isn't perfect or anything. And then you would just add in the little crinkles. So this is one way to do it. And then you can always go in here and do extra little seams and stuff. Go to town, do whatever you want to, and then, fill these in. So that's one option. Let me get my eraser. The good thing about something like this is, well, not only is it super fun to play with, like, oh my goodness, is it fun to play with, but you can also use your imagination and do tons of different things with this kind of a situation. So what I mean by that is you can change her body a little bit. So if you were doing something and say you wanted, I'm just going to zoom this in a little bit, because as you guys know, I'm legally blind and this is a little hard for me to see from far away. So if you look at her breast area, if you didn't want her breasts to be that big, if you wanted to make them smaller, you would just have to make that little adjustment, and then you'd give her a flatter chest, and then you'd go in here, and instead of following this curve, you would just make it a little bit shorter, or depending on what you're making her. Say if she's wearing, for example, a bikini, you can just kind of go in from here and go in from here and give her a smaller bust line. So that's one good thing, is even if the mannequin isn't exactly what you want, you can always kind of maneuver it around, and then it still works out. So you don't have to trace it exactly perfectly. It's just good to get an idea of what you want. And there she is, and then you just add a little bit of cleavage if you want to. You don't even need to. You can do all sorts of different outfits. Like say if I wanted to do, I'm just going to erase this just because it looks kind of messy, and we're just in reality you would absolutely 100% have to draw the face and the skin, and you would have to draw that, but because I'm just talking to you guys about clothing, it's a little bit easier. So if say you wanted her to wear a turtleneck, something like this, and then another good thing to do is look in like magazines, catalogs, things like that, and you can get a good idea of, different outfits. Sometimes it's hard when you're drawing, comics or whatever, to think about exactly how you want them to dress. And it can be a little challenging to come up with like interesting ideas. I know that sometimes I get a little stuck, but we're just going to do maybe a little crop shirt here, as I think that would be cute. And just kind of follow it along. Wait, I didn't do a very good job. Sorry guys. I could have done that a lot better than I did. So, and just think about how the clothes are going to fit on a body. So we're just going to do some of these little doohickeys on the bottom. I'm going super fast and making it kind of messy because I just don't want to take a lot of time, and to draw something really nice takes me like forever, you guys. If you've seen my speed drawings, it's a hot minute. And I want to make this like more of a bell sleeve just to add a little bit of a different shape. So I thought that would just be fun. And then we can just do a little bit of that action. And then over here, I'm just going to zoom her out a little bit. Oh, am I breathing into the microphone, you guys? I'm so sorry about that. And then see, there you go. And then you can do a cute little high-waisted skirt. And then make this an A-line skirt like this. And then you can just put whatever details you want on it. And there you go. And then she's fall ready. We can do some cute little boots if we wanted to. And then maybe some socks over the boots. You know, there's lots of different ways. Super fast. Or we can have her wearing like an ankle strap shoe. Now, what you do want to make sure with Easy Poser is when you are pulling a look together, make sure you're paying attention to the feet. So like if the mannequin's foot looks like this, it is going to be very hard to draw a high heel on that kind of a foot. So if you know that you're going to be making a girl with high heels, you want to make sure that you kind of position the foot in the direction that you want it to be in, if that makes sense. So just think about that when you're making your mannequins, when you're making your poses. Think about how, if the wind is blowing. So let's do that. Let's pretend that she's wearing a sundress. This is kind of fun, you guys. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm enjoying this. This is so reminding me back when I was in like high school and junior high, and I would just go to town. I wanted to at one time be a fashion designer. That was like my dream. And until I realized that you had to learn how to sew. And if you're wondering, well, you probably aren't wondering because you're watching this, but if you're wondering what that sound is, it's my pen on my tablet. So let's say that we wanted to draw her wearing a sundress that was kind of like blowing in the wind. So you just have to play with it. So we'll say the sundress comes down like this. Wait, do we have it? Oops, sorry guys. Let's say the sundress comes down like this. Maybe it like ends here. And then we'll just have like this kind of blowing in the wind. Sorry guys, technical difficulties. So just make sure that it's kind of going on one side of the body, and then the other side will just kind of floop up like this. And you can watch, it depends on what kind of fabric you're doing, but then you can have this really cool design. And then maybe she has a shirt that is like this, and then maybe there's some sleeves that are kind of blowing in the wind too, and then this one's kind of blowing in this way. And so it looks like she's wearing a wind-swept outfit, and then her hair would be blowing as well. This kind of looks pretty. Maybe I should make this into a drawing. If you guys want me to do a speed drawing like this, let me know and I will totally do that for you. Also keep in mind the placement of the hand versus the fabric. So this hand, you can either have this hand behind the dress or in front of the dress, and it completely depends on what you want. It's going to be your choice at the end of the day. But if you do want the hand to be in the front of the dress, just don't forget to like erase some of the fabric that you need to erase, just to make sure that, you know, it all comes together, it all makes sense. Hopefully this video helped you guys out and gave you a couple of ideas of how you can use these mannequins to create all sorts of different things. If you are a fashion designer or somebody who just loves to create like portrait drawings, this software is great for you. You will absolutely love it, and you can just do tons of things So I've been addicted to it ever since I found it a couple of months ago. Anyway, I hope this helped you guys out, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please do me a favor and give me a thumbs up. It would really be great if we can get this channel to 1,000 subscribers, and if you guys can help out with that, that would be wonderful. Don't forget to hit the bell so you're notified when we upload a new video, and I hope that you all have a wonderful day. Keep drawing.